National Highway O 306 54 502A and 102B, Lordship.
So the first one is from where to where? Whole lot. You can't include all the roads in Mizoram. Okay. So let's see. Which is the first stretch?
The first,
From Southern for Longklai Division, Siha Division, Aizawl Road Division. So where's the stretch? So show us which stretch. Then is there a picture?
yes, Lordship.
Where
I
to
have
where?
a
Yes. So
picture
come,
on
let's.
page 112, Lordship.
Yes. So the first one,
this concerns
112.
Aizawl to Mamit, Lordship.
Okay, page 112.
112. This is the first photographs we have, Lordship. This is from Aizawl to Mamit.
Aizawl to Mamit. So
This
Aizawl to
passes-
Mamit is which one in yours?
This covers under National Highway 108, Lordship, and it spans 193 kilometers.
Where's that given in your? Let's go as per your synopsis.
Okay, Lordship.
So the first one, the roads in the southern circle for Longklai Division. Longklai Division is which area?
Longklai Division is the southern area, Lordship.
So where? What stretch for Longklai Division?
It stretches mainly in the National Highway 302, Lordship.
302.
Yes, Lordship.
NH 302. Okay. And where's that picture?
Picture is on page 117, Lordship.
You take us step by step, which are the stretches of road you want to highlight in the court that needs to
What
be.
I want to highlight is
so
in the
the
picture,
117.
Lordship, from 112.
From 112. Okay,
Yes,
112 is which stretch?
This
Aizawl to
stretches,
Mamit.
yes, this stretches
Where have you
from
mentioned
Aizawl
that
to-
here?
This covers under National Highway 108, Lordship.
It's too general. That's what I'm finding. No? So, is that mentioned in your petition?
I have not mentioned specifically, Lordship.
So
this
do
is
that. Just simply whole of Aizawl where. Then you will say this stretch to this stretch. Okay. Photograph annexed here.
Yes, Lordship.
Then the next stretch, this stretch to this stretch, covering NH so and so, and the condition of the road is annexed to so and so. Okay.
Yes, Lordship.
Simply mentioning this whole stretch, this, with no clarity, it becomes a bit difficult. Because we cannot just cover all the roads in Mizoram like that.
Yes, Lordship.
You have to specify the stretches, isn't it?
Yes, Lordship.
So in your writ petition, patrolling, we know that a lot of difficulty is faced because of the bad road conditions. But be specific as to which area, which stretch, the kilometers, and then to substantiate your petition, you will show the photographs, the recent photographs taken when is this, so that we'll also be able to follow. Okay, this is it. Then, serious. We'll admit this thing, PIL, and we'll issue notice. Then for the respondents also, unless just reading it, the way you have submitted, just reading it, they'll have to go there and see for themselves.
Yes,
But if you have the photographs ready in hand, then we'll have some fair idea, isn't it?
Yes, Lordship.
You can file or she can make the corrections. This is the first time it's coming up.
Yes, Lordship.
You take this back. there is a good case for filing a PIL, but make it more specific.
Yes, Lordship.
Okay, so that we can all be on the same page and we can also gauge the seriousness of the situation. Isn't it? No, heard Miss Rosalind, so-and-so, learned counsel, learned petitioner who has filed this instant PIL, projecting the conditions of the road in Mizoram, which needs the attention of this court. However, on perusal of the said PIL, we find that there need to be improvements in the manner in which it has been filed, so that the areas that needs the interference of this court should be specified along with supporting photographs. Accordingly, we find it appropriate if the instant PIL okay, you can file an additional affidavit.
Yes, I can file an additional
okay.
affidavit, Lordship.
In view of the, we find it appropriate for the learned counsel for the petitioner to file an additional affidavit specifying the roads that needs to be repaired, along with supporting documents / photographs. List. When do you want?
After 3 weeks, Lordship.
Okay, list. 2 weeks. Make it 2 weeks.
Okay, Lordship.
Okay. And then in the photographs, the dates also. It
Yes,
shouldn't be a
Lordship.
photograph that was taken last year or something. Okay, the present, this thing. Okay, list
Of age,
after
Lordship.
2 weeks.
Permission. Item number 2.
May it please your lordships, the additional affidavit as per the directions on 21st May has been submitted on the 27th of May. And your lordship, if I may kindly guide you to the relevant paragraph, which
When
is
was
on
it filed? On the 27th?
on the 27th of May, your lordship. Your lordship, as per, kindly turn to page number 4, your lordship.
Yes.
So, your lordship, the cost estimate of raising 87 seedlings was calculated on the nature of work, including collection of seedlings, raising and sowing of seedlings, transferring of seedlings from germination bed, etc., to replenish the lost trees from the plantation area due to the felling done by the P&E department for electrification within the Zokosang Zembok area, lordship. And your lordship, on pair number 4, the current standing trees from the Green India Mission the Green India Sub-Mission 4, category C, at the concerned Zokosang Zembok area is approximately 673 trees standing, your lordship. And last para, your lordship, kindly turn to page number 5. If I may read, your lordship. It is also humbly submitted that the answering respondents, having considered the fact that no further trees are required to be felled since the project is already completed and without disregarding the monetary investment in the project, took a balanced and sustainable approach to grant the ex post facto sanction of felling of roadside plantation at Zokosang Zemabok for stringing of 11 kV transmission line with a fine amounting to 75,429 rupees only for the cost of raising seedlings to replenish the roadside plantation area at Zokosang Zembok area. Further, it is humbly submitted that the occasional pollarding, pruning of the trees to maintain electrical clearance will be done in coordination with the Power and Electricity Department. Your Lordship, if I may read from page number 3, Your Lordships. So there was a notification of 2014 from the Ministry of Environment and Forest Department, Ministry of Environment and Forest. They had issued guidelines for diversion of forest land for non-forest purposes under the Forest Conservation Act. vide notification number F7/25/2012 dated 05 May 2014. And as per that guidelines, Your Lordship, the Power and Electricity Department has to seek permission for any kind of cutting
Yes.
or felling. So accordingly, Your Lordship, both the departments have complied with the guidelines.
Okay, now this PIL, initially it had started, isn't it? Because of the felling of trees in a certain locality near the.
Saltlang area, basically.
Yes, Chaltlang. Then it kept getting wider and wider,
Even
covering
Southern part of
Long
Mizoram.
and etc. So now the coverage is very wide,
Yes, yes.
and a lot of affidavits have also been filed.
Yes, Your Lordship.
A lot of queries were also made by this court, the
Right.
acts that were enacted, etc. So I think now at this stage, since the amicus
Madam.
is there, you study all the affidavits that have been filed and see whether it's been covered, whether we can close this PIL now at
Of
this
course, Your
stage.
Lordship. Happy to apprise the court in the next court date.
Because when we look through the previous orders,
They've all been complied as far as my knowledge goes.
Huh.
But just to be sure, Your Lordship, if I may be given some time,
Yes.
by the next court date, I will definitely apprise this court on the compliance.
yes, any issue that was raised that is not being addressed by the respondents.
Yes, Your Lordship.
Because a lot of issues, if not for that, I don't think there's any new issue that has come up
Otherwise,
now.
we've deviated a lot from the original
Yes, very
subject
much,
matter.
very much. The original, what happened?
The
Diet
original was
area, trees
fine.
were felled.
trees were felled, fine has been paid, they have been paid, and then they have been replenished in different areas. And then
So
from-
that's done.
that is
That's
done.
been taken care of. After that,
After
then
that-
somewhere there was this question of bores being drilled
Right.
by private persons.
But for that, Your Lordship, my understanding is that the government has enacted a new law
Okay.
whereby for construction of a new borewell, you need specific, there are certain guidelines have been notified.
That's all there in the affidavit.
Minor.
So then then we can see in the next. No, it doesn't really need to be admitted. Now, a lot of things have taken place. Now we'll see whether the PIL reports to be closed or not. Let them study. Because a lot of issues have come up and the government has been filing their affidavit showing the steps taken. Then something new crops up. Again, they have filed. Now, nothing new has cropped up. So we'll see if we can. Okay. I heard Ms. Lalmanlui, Learned Counsel for the state respondent, government advocate, okay, who submits that they have filed their additional affidavit explaining the queries made by this court by its order dated 21/05/2025. We have perused the additional affidavit wherein it is explained as follows. Okay, then those paragraphs. Paragraph 3, 4, and
3,
5.
4, and 5. Yes, Your Lordship.
Yes. Okay. Just incorporate the whole thing within inverted commas. Then a new para, Mr. Lalfakoma, learned amicus curiae, submits that he may be given time to peruse all the additional affidavits, okay, filed by the state respondents, to examine whether there's any matter that needs to be looked into in the next court date.
Madam.
Much obliged, Your Lordship.
Accordingly, list, when it will be ready? After
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Oblige. Item 3.
Yes.
Lordship, as per the last court's order, we had taken steps upon the respondent number 6 on 1/5/2025, but there is no return of ID card. So, my lord, my humble prayer at this stage is if we may be allowed to take steps by way of dusty, my lord, because the respondent number 6 is also from Aizawl.
Heard Mr. Joseph L. Lente, learned counsel for the petition, who submits that since AD card from the newly impleted respondent number 6 is not returned till date, he may be allowed to take steps for service of notice upon the newly impleted respondent number 6 through dusty mode. Praise allowed the learned counsel to take steps for service of notice through dusty mode. Affidavit to that effect to be filed accordingly. List after, when you
2
want
weeks.
it, 2 weeks.
Deeply obliged, my lord.
Item 4.
Yes, Your Lordship. This is a writ appeal filed by the state government against the judgment and order dated 26/3/2024 in WPC number 21 of 2024, passed by the single judgment. So, my lord, after looking to the case report, my lord, it seems that no formal notice has been issued to the respondent number 23 and 24, and they are not represented till now. So, if a
One
fresh
thing that
notice-
came into my mind is whether this bench would be appropriate to consider this matter, since this is concerning cess, isn't it?
Yes,
15%
Your Lordship.
cess, which was to be returned to the petitioners. And if I'm not mistaken, I think since a coordinate bench of this court had passed such an order,
Yes, Your Lordship.
maybe I had also passed such an order based on the judgment of the coordinate bench of this court. Isn't it? So if I'm not mistaken, previously also when this matter had come up, not in this case, in another case, I had reclused myself.
Understand, ma'am.
See, because this judgment, it is concerning the cess which was deducted by the government. So then later, the judgment says that cess cannot be deducted, should be returned as a coordinate bench. So based on the judgment of the coordinate bench, this court, I had also passed some orders which should be returned. Single, these are all singles. So anyways, you're saying that notice was not issued to,
Respondent number 23 and 24.
let me see. Deduction, in meanwhile, copy of the appeals to be able to the counsel for the respondents. So you're the counsel for the respondents, isn't it? Private respondent.
Private respondent.
1 to 3.
Then 23 and 24 is the,
Union of India, represented by Secretary to the Ministry of Road Transport and Highway, that is respondent number 23. And respondent number 24 is the National Highway and Infrastructure
okay.
Development.
Then at this stage, we'll just issue notice. Then when the matter comes up again, maybe I'll recuse myself so that the matter is not kept pending just like that, okay?
My lord, these two respondents are not so concerned about the deduction of this 15% cess. They are paying the amount of compensation, but the state government was
The
deducting.
cess goes to the state government,
Yes,
isn't it?
my lord.
So they are simply pro forma respondents. They don't have anything to say in this matter.
Yes, Your Lordship.
So we'll leave it. Ms. Vanesiami, learned government advocate for the state appellant is present along with Mr. Lalsan Diana Kyante, learned counsel for the respondents. We, however, find that the instant writ appeal is to be listed before any other bench except this bench, within brackets, my name. A list after 2 weeks before the appropriate bench. Or list after 1 week, or maybe with this thing you can sit with me. List after 1 week before the appropriate bench, if available.
Item 5.
IA lordship is for condemnation of 57 days delay. And notice was served to respondent number 1 by Dusty, I think.
My lords, we will be representing the respondent.
Both the respondents?
Yes,
Or
ma'am.
both the respondents, 1 and 2?
1 and 2, yes, ma'am.
Then any written objection or will allow?
My lord, we just came to know about it yesterday, so we need more time. And we'll be submitting our vakalat nama by the course
Oh,
of.
not yet submitted?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Cesar Ramchana, learned counsel for the applicant slash appellant is present along with Ms. Emily L. Sangte, learned counsel, who submits that they will be representing the respondents and will be filing their part within the course of the day. Is it?
Yes, ma'am.
In view of the above list? In the next week?
My lord,
In the next week.
obliged.
For hearing.
List to the next week for the learned counsel for the respondents to file their written objection, if any.
Hearing. Item 9.